Hi, welcome to a short introduction from me and Patrick talking about this podcast and what you can expect over the coming months and also why we started it. So originally, me and Patrick were recording for Elephant Out the Room, which is a podcast I created a few years ago. We realised that we were doing a lot of film episodes, and Patrick, being a film student, was able to speak really in depth about certain topics such as genre of film or the history of film. So we reflected on this and decided to start this podcast, You Wouldn't Steal a Car, which would give us more flexibility and more time to work on things that we were really passionate about. Hence why we're doing a lot of different topics.
Yeah, I can only basically talk about film. It is my main interest, and I think me and Alex share an appreciation for film, so it seemed like a logical move towards creating our own film podcast, and hopefully you enjoy it over the next coming weeks.
And I know there's a lot of film podcasts out there at the moment, which is fantastic. In my opinion, the more the better. I think we wanted to shed some light on some specific topics and areas, because there are a lot of things that do a movie review, for example, but there might not be that many channels or podcasts that focus on some of the themes that we want to. For example, we've just recorded an episode titled Who is the Best Batman, which we kind of look at the history of Batman films, talk about the different intricacies of each film, each director, even each actor. And we feel with these kind of topics, we can really focus on specific areas of interest that you might not see in other podcasts.
Yeah, we're really focusing on doing a number of series where we have multiple episodes in them, such as the history of film, where we take a decade each episode from the 1940s to the 2010s, as well as Alex said, iconic characters, as well as taking a country each episode in world cinema. So maybe doing South Korean cinema, and then German cinema or French cinema. So really continuing these series to get a really in-depth look at many aspects.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to aim to get the episodes out weekly with a different theme each week. And you may also notice film topic box, which is, I think, one of our favourites, where
Definitely.
It's pretty much going to be random film questions that we're going to ask each other. And that, I think, really opens up an interesting conversation, not just about film, but everything else that surrounds film. So the politics, even the psychology of watching a film from a customer or consumer point of view.
Yeah, we go on a lot of tangents, so bear with us, but it opens up the discussion, yeah.
Yeah, ultimately, we hope you enjoy this podcast as much as we enjoy recording it. We're both students at the moment who obviously have other priorities, but I think we wanted to start this just to really kind of follow our passion and really experiment with how much we can talk about film, and we hope that you kind of enjoy it as much as we have. We're recording this in the university library, and so we're trying as hard as we can with production values, and we're really excited that this episodes or this series will also be filmed, because I think that opens up a dynamic that, for example, my previous podcasts couldn't get to. That's all the help of Patrick here.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be experimenting with the form of the podcast over the coming weeks. Some things might not work at first, but it's just about experimentation and hopefully getting the best podcast out to you all.
Ultimately, we want to create as much good content as possible, and we're really keen for any feedback. So if there's anything that you want to hear over the coming weeks, we'd also love to hear that. But I think that's everything for now. We've got an exciting few weeks ahead with the release of these episodes that we've been working hard on over this last month, and very excited to see how the podcast goes.
Yeah, stay tuned.